Stay well in very hot weather. Stay inside. The sun is hottest from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. If it is very hot, close your curtain and your blinds. Wear loose clothes. If you go outside, wear an hat, sunglasses and sun cream. Drink plenty of water or squash. Try not to drink alcohol or caffeine. You can find out more with our Easy Read guide.
www.inclusionnorth.org.
How to cool down in hot weather. Move to a cooler room in your home. Rooms that don't face the sun are the coolest. Close your curtains or blinds to keep the sun out. Use a fan if you have one. This makes a nice breeze. Have an ice with your drinks or treat yourself to an ice lolly. You can find out more in our Easy Read guide at www.inclusionnorth.org.
How to tell if we are ill when it is very hot. If your body gets too much hot, we can get heat exhaustion. We need to take special care if we get headaches or muscle cramps, feel sick or are sick, sweat a lot, are very thirsty, water isn't helping. It is important to cool down. If you're worried, you can call 111. Heat stroke is when the body can't cool down. It can be dangerous. Someone with heat stroke might be very confused and might be clumsy. They might feel out of breath or have a fast heartbeat. Their skin might feel really hot but isn't sweating. They might even have seizures. Heat stroke is an emergency. You should call 999. You can find out more in our Easy Read guide at www.inclusionnorth.org.
Stay well in winter. It can get very cold in winter. We might get ill when it's cold. Make sure you have the right medicines at home in case your body gets poorly. Get your vaccinations and boosters. Ask your doctor if you're able to get a free flu vaccine. Wear lots of layers of thinner clothing to keep warm. Some people like to use hot water bottles or electric blankets. Remember not to use both at the same time. Moving your body helps you get warm and can also be fun. You can find out more in our Easy Read guide at www.inclusionnorth.org.
Get your home ready for winter. It can get very cold in winter. Lots of homes have a boiler to heat their water and radiators. Get your boiler checked so it is working well. Energy companies can do this. If you have central heating, you will have a thermostat. The number should say at least 18 degrees. Lots of people worry about the cost of heating and paying bills. Try to heat the main room that you are using. This costs less than heating every room in your home. Some people who get benefits or who don't earn much money might be able to get a warm home discount. Ask your energy provider about this. You can find out more in our Easy Read guide at www.inclusionnorth.org.
Look after your mental health in winter. Winter can last a long time. We might spend more time inside and start to feel lonely or bored. Stay in touch with your friends and do loads of fun activities that make you feel happy, such as hobbies. Check your local council website to see if there are any groups you can join. Some libraries and community centres have welcome winter spaces in the winter. You can have a hot drink, get warm, and meet people. Go to www.warmwelcome.uk and keep active. Moving your body is good for your mental health and also helps you get warm. You can find out more in our easy read guide at www.inclusionnorth.org.
Hello, I'd like to invite you to an interview. So, Felicity, why do you want to work here? So, Marty, why do you want to work here? I think Felicity was the best candidate. Can you phone her and offer her the job?
Sure thing, boss.
Stop in the name of co-production. There's no I in 18 to achieve a dream. Are you taking action? It is co-production. Let's rewind this. This is how it's done.
I have some CVs from people that want to work here. Because you live here, I'd like your help to choose the best ones.
Right, I like this one.
I don't like the sound of this one.
I didn't like it either, and this one sounds good.
Great, would one of you like to phone the two candidates and invite them for an interview?
Sure.
Wonderful. Now, shall we decide what questions you would like to ask them in the interview?
Yes.
Thank you, Felicity. That's all the questions I have. I'll pass it over to Victoria, Simon and Sarah, who will ask you some more questions.
What interests or hobbies do you have?
Nothing much, Kelly, I suppose.
Do you have any experience supporting people?
I've worked in care for 6 years, so I deserve this job.
Why do you want to work here?
My last job didn't pay me enough money, and I didn't get on well with my team.
Thank you, Marty. That's all the questions I have. I'll pass you over to Victoria, Simon and Sarah, who will ask you some more questions.
What interesting hobbies you have?
Hey, I love cooking, meeting new people and going to new places with my friends.
Do you have any experience in supporting people?
I've never worked in care, but I want to gain new skills and widen my horizons. I'm really excited about the opportunity.
Why do you want to work here?
Yeah, I want to help people live their lives to the fullest.
So what do you think of the candidates?
I like Marty. He's just really nice.
Yes, he seems very positive and he wants to help people.
Felicity had lots of experience. I didn't like her attitude.
I agree. Marty, it is. He wants to phone him and give him the good news.
I'll phone him.
And that's what co-production is all about. Before you do something, please ask yourself, is this co-production? Until next time, cheerio!
That's going to be a lot of money for maintenance.
Previously on Captain Co-Production.
Hello, I'd like to invite you to an interview. So, Felicity, why do you want to work here? I think Felicity was the best candidate. Can you phone her and offer her the job?
Stop! In the name of co-production. This is how it's done.
Do you have any experience supporting people?
Do you have any experience in supporting people? I like Marty. He's just really nice.
I agree. Marty, it is. He wants to phone him and give him the good news.
And that's what co-production is all about. Until next time, cheerio!
That's going to be a lot of money for maintenance.
Wow, stormy out tonight. Right. What does Simon like? Football? Yeah, football. Everyone likes football. Dislikes. Spiders probably. Goals and dreams. I don't think he has any, so none.
Stop once again in the name of co-production.
Nice of you to drop in.
But not through that flipping ceiling again.
There's no I in 18 to achieve a dream. Are you taking action? Is this co-production? My co-production sense is tingling. Have you been updating a support plan without involving the person's support spirit?
Yeah, I have, but only because Simon isn't here.
Hi, Mikey.
Hello, Simon. Okay, fine. Simon! Okay, Simon. What are your aspirations in life?
What does aspirations mean?
It's okay, Simon. Never mind. You can go back to whatever you're doing. Yeah, that would have taken way too long to explain. Why do we do co-production anyway? It's much easier and quicker for me to do stuff like this.
Okay, Captain. Just breathe. Take a breath, nice and calm. Okay, Mikey, it seems we're in need of some co-production education. Tell me, do you get travel sick?
Travel sick? What? Why? Where are we?
Come with me.
What? What's happening? Ah!
I'm taking you back in time.
Whoa! Where are we?
We are in the past, in a time without co-production. You see, this is a hospital where lots of people with disabilities used to live. We can see the people here, but they can't see us. What's this?
There you go, Jane. Dinner time. Please eat it this time. I don't want to have to throw away another meal. It's a waste.
This is Jane. She lives here. The team here think that she doesn't like food and says that she's nitpicky about what she eats. If they use co-production and actually ask Jane, they would know that she loves food, just not the food that they give her. With co-production, she would have choices and a say about what she eats. She would be involved in cooking her meals. With time and support, she could gain the skills to make meals independently and even get a job as a cook.
Oh.
She would be empowered and life would have more meaning for her. Come on, I have more to show you.
Joseph, it's outdoors time. Come on.
No, thank you.
Okay, well, you can't say I didn't try.
This is Joseph. He's unhappy. He isn't asked what activities he would like to do. Nobody is. If they use co-production, the team would involve everybody in the planning of the services offered here. The team would work with families and people living here. They find out what's important to people and how they want to live their lives.
I want to be a superhero because I pretend to be one.
I really like this guy.
Oh.
And what difference do you think co-production like that would make for them?
They'd be listened to.
Go on.
They'd have a choice. They'd have control. They'd be happier.
Indeed. We will go and see one more person. This is Sebastian. He's in a room full of people, yet he's lonely. He gets on well enough with the staff and other people here, but what he really wants is to see the people he loves, like his family or his best friend, Alex.
I'm going to see Alex.
I think it is going to rain.
If co-production was used and the team worked with Sebastian to help meet his goals and aspirations, they would help him to see his friends and family.
And he wouldn't be so sad.
So, Mikey, can you see why co-production is so important?
Yes, Captain Co-Production, I do. Seeing what life can be like for people who aren't involved in decisions and choices in their lives is giving me a lot to think about.
Excellent. Let's go home.
It's good to be back. Captain Co-Production, thank you. I think I have work to do. Simon, are you free for a chat?
Sure.
Alright, take a seat. I'd like to talk to you about you and what you want to do in life and goals you want to achieve. These are called your aspirations.
Oh, okay. Well, I always wanted to learn a musical instrument.
Wow, that's cool. Let's talk about how we can make that happen.
Sure. But by the way, I love spiders. I love the way they tickle, and I hate football. It always interrupts the shows I want to watch.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Simon. I'll change that straight away. What else do you like and dislike?
It looks like my work here is done. Until next time. Cheerio!
Oh no, you don't! I've just cleaned that up. You can use the door like everybody else. The bill is in the post.
Oh man.
So we have Dave. He has autism and pica and gets constipated a lot. And we have James with severe LD and gets naked a lot.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack, Mark. Talking about other people you support with another person present, describing them by their disability and not who they are as a person, and discussing sensitive information. Would you like your bowel movement discussed openly, Mark? That's several boxes on the bingo card. We've barely started.
And what's her label?
DMLD.
Label? I'm lost for words. And talking about her as if Frankie wasn't there. How rude.
Anyway, time to access the community of this one.
It's cool going out, Mark. Also, have you asked Frankie if she wants to go out?
You better be a good girl, Frankie. We don't want any challenged behaviours or kicking off.
Come on, Mark. Frankie's an adult, and that sounds like an accusation. You haven't even left the house yet. And oof, Mark, kicking off, that's the wrong term to use, Mark. Perhaps say upset or angry. Most importantly, do you really need to draw attention to Frankie's emotions like that? That in itself could upset Frankie.
Sorry, you've dropped this.
Oh, she's non-verbal. She can't talk.
More social care jargon there, Mark. Also, why try to immediately block a conversation? Not all communication is through words, you know.
Are you having a nice day? Enjoying the park? Really good weather today.
Come on, Frankie, she's probably busy in my shift then soon. We have to go.
Oh, come on, Mark. You couldn't have let her have a chat for a bit. They looked like they wanted to talk.
Well, that was a nice little bit of meaningful engagement in the community, wasn't it, Frankie?
Meaningful engagement in the community? Oh, come on.
Esme, can you come look after Frankie while I do a daily diary, please?
No plans to involve Frankie in writing that then, Mark? Oh, on your phone, Esme. Tut, tut, tut. It's rude to be on your phone and ignoring someone when you're keeping them company. Oh no, you didn't, Mark. Oh no. You really need to think about what you write. PWS is an abbreviation that reduces a person to 3 letters. It's really bad. You should write person supported or just person. And in this case, what's wrong with using Frankie's name? And service? This is someone's home, Mark. Congratulations, Mark. And by congratulations, I mean oh dear. You've completed manual language bingo. Mark, you need to think about how you speak to and about people. Involve the person wherever you can in conversations about them. Mark, you need to mind your language.
The rates of people with learning disabilities in employment is really low, 4.6% of the adult population. Government needs to do more.
I think it's okay to be assertive about what you want, right? What is right for you, for your future, what you need from the system to make your life as easy as possible, but also as productive as you'd like to be and go to places you want to go.
There's people with greater needs like PMLD, so we have to give opportunities and services to them as well.
If you're a politician and you get it right for somebody with profound or severe learning disabilities, you get it right for everybody.
I mean, it's fine, to talk about this, but we need what the next stage is called action.
So, welcome to Wheel of Engagement podcast, brought to you from Unity Campaign for Change, Achieved Together, and special guest appearance from Learning Disability England today. So, today we are focused on the Good Lives framework and a big focus on the Good Lives manifesto. We'll start off with a round of introductions. Should we start with yourself, Elmy?
I'm Elmy, I'm co-production manager in Achieved Together.
I'm Gary Borley, and I'm the membership engagement lead and self-advocacy spokesperson for Learning Disability England.
I'm Crystal. I work for Unity and C4C in Achieve Together.
I'm Mary. I also work for Unity and C4C and Achieve Together.
I'm Zach Houlan and I work with Achieve Together.
And Michael Fullerton, Director of Wellbeing within Achieve Together. And we're just going to have a general conversation focused on going to get some background on the Good Lives framework from Gary, and then have a conversation about some aspects of the Good Lives manifesto. This is all post-election, so we have new government in place, so we're all enthusiastic about that and what part we can play in sort of making a difference with this manifesto going forward. So Gary, do you want to start off with telling us a bit about the Good Lives framework?
Well, the Good Lives framework actually started in February 2020, and that was all in Birmingham, and we had a group of people with learning disabilities and I think some family members coming together, and we had about 50 more different ideas, and we had all flip chart paper and we had post-it notes and people putting their ideas together, and we came up with the top 6 chapters for the framework. Housing, the top technology and staying connected, support, advocacy and self-advocacy, and employment was one of them. And so we have all those, and we're now extending that with a health chapter and also one on transport, and there'll be more and more as we go along. So we did a manifesto because of the general election that came up. It was all really go. We had to drop everything else and concentrate on this election coming, which was in June. And we actually done next to that a letter to UMP. That's all on as a template. Sure. And that is something we want people to send to write to the MP, and to make it easier, we've actually, as I said, done the template, and we want as many MPs to back the Good Lives framework and manifesto, and of course this Good Lives framework is ongoing. It's not a finished article. It's still continuing. Yeah. We're adding people with more complex and profound learning disabilities into that, and also underrepresented is people from minority ethnic groups, and we want that to be included as well. And as I said, there's always going to be new chapters.
You had a short space of time in order to create the manifesto.
Yes.
And you engaged with, I think it was about 400 people?
Yeah, about 400 people, yeah.
That's mighty impressive.
These are people's ideas, and the Good Lives framework doesn't belong to Learning Disability England. It belongs to everybody.
Yeah. And it was created with people with learning disabilities.
Yeah.
And with the manifesto then, so there's 6 core aspects of that?
Yes, right? That's right. And as I say, there's going to probably be more chapters
evolve over
time, especially to the next general election.
Yeah. So today we're focused on 3 parts of the manifesto, so we'll have some conversations about that, and I guess people's thoughts what we can do, what other people can do to
Yes.
really sort of drive us forward. Now we have a new government.
Yes. Instead of people going to a day centre, they can, go to college or university.
Absolutely.
So that's another thing. Getting away from like day centres or like work institutions and getting people integrated more with other people. I've actually, not far from here, I was teaching a group of young people with learning disabilities about leadership skills and becoming a leader. So I think that's part of these sorts of facilities, this kind of learning infrastructure in our country should be accessible. It should be something where inclusion is at the centre of learning, right? Learning doesn't segregate people from what they can and can't learn, right? Based on their ability, either perceived or not. So I think really, really important. You'll know when you're making progress when you can start seeing really real inclusion in our institutions.
Yes.
And it's also to making sure that if once people leave like special schools, and that's another thing from the past, they don't go into a day centre. They could go to places like this, like colleges or universities, to learn new skills and things, and being part of the structure and society. Yeah.
I think one of the challenges that within the UK, it's a bit of a postcode lottery. So one area might be well furnished with education, employment opportunities, and then our other areas where it's really lacking. Yeah, we're getting involved in some work in Surrey where there's a real drive to increase opportunities for adults with further education in colleges, really opening up opportunities for activities like sort of leisure, hobbies, crafts, woodwork, photography, all those like mainstream opportunities that aren't really available to people at the minute.
No.
So people need a much wider range of opportunity, but it's just too piecemeal.
I think we need to level up all our services for like education and also making sure there's good employment and that making sure that that charities can actually give a role model of making an influx of people coming through to be employed in their organisations and getting away from the grey suit culture. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's right. Stop talking the talk and walk the walk. Yeah, that's actually you have positions that are accessible to people from different backgrounds.
So Mary, you've got employment. Did you get support with that, or did you find it for yourself?
No, I got support going into it. So when I first joined Premiering, there was they trained up a staff member, and then the staff member came with me for the first 2 terms until I was confident of being there with the other receptionist. And then after a few terms, I then did a few hours with another receptionist, but they made the working hours adaptable for me.
Okay.
So I do 4 hours on a Wednesday and a Thursday, and also they made sure that I have like a seat on reception because I can't stand up for long periods of time. I think there should be a lot more employers that are open for people with disabilities.
Because at the moment, a lot of people probably don't work who have disabilities because they're worried about, because obviously they can only work a certain amount. they can only earn a certain amount a week, so they don't work because they're worried about their benefits being stopped or cut and not being able to live just on being paid from work, just because their benefits got cut, just because they decided to get a job, which the government kind of expects everyone to kind of do.
Get the MPs to be concentrated on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it seems to me like there's many major barriers to the people with learning disabilities getting into employment and sustaining that employment. And it, personally don't feel that it's on the government's radar. So there's probably things that we can do to put it on the radar to say, the rates of people with learning disabilities in employment is really low, 4.6% of the adult population compared to over 80% of the general population in fact employment. So that's quite frightening, really. So
it is.
The government needs to do more. How can you get the government to listen?
It's also about the staff wages, because staff wages are very low, and the authorities are refusing to pay them the authorities are refusing to pay them the living wage, and really they should be paid the living wage because there is the cost of living crisis. So it's when you don't get paid much, like really, a lot of them have families and stuff. So.
Yeah, that's a key part of the manifesto, isn't it? Sort of making sure that social care workers are sort of bonded in the same way as the NHS.
I think Dimensions were doing a petition on that they get banded the same.
That's right, yeah.
So there's a couple of things going on at the moment in the sector that are really important, right? So first thing is there's various organisations who are lobbying for that banding, so it's protected status somewhat.
Oh yeah.
But also there's a charity called Access who are trying to get Freedom of Information Act into government so that maths are made transparent to all of us, right, about social care, adult social care, and just the system in terms of general sort of social care in the country. Because what we keep being told is there's not enough money. No one's showing us the math. No one's telling us what's the actual money in the Treasury for this, and how could we distribute it in a different way or a separate way. So in our organisation, we've got the national living wage that we have to pay, but we've also got commissioning authorities who haven't given us any rise on the rates for 3 to 4 years, 5 years in some cases. So we see the pay going up, not enough by the way, but pay going up, but also the rates not moving. So as cost of living, as you mentioned, Mary, and inflation start hitting, it becomes more difficult. And where's the attractiveness in the sector other than the passion for what you want to do as a career?
Exactly.
You have to be able to feed your family, you have to be able to pay your rent. Into big cities, that's difficult.
That is another thing. When we come to employment, it's not about the luxury of having a job.
No.
It's about your career. And career opportunities need to, be implemented in that. There's a career ladder, so to reach the goal, to each person. Everybody has that in other jobs in the private sector, but in the social sector, I don't hear much about it.
If the pay went up a bit more for support workers, we'd probably get more choice of support workers. And also, there's another problem with the visa as well, because a lot of support workers come from abroad. So really, I don't think that they should. I think they should take off the restrictions with the visa.
Yeah.
Because they're making it harder that way as well.
Social care staff, like support workers, NHS, different kind of social care staff, are not being paid enough. Like many people who work in support workers
Sure.
that, like, it doesn't just affect them, it affects the people with disabilities, like, for example, me and Mary, because, like, say if I wanted to go and see Ed Sheeran at O2.
Well, we'll pay for that.
Yeah, you do.
No,
That's
no,
a hero.
Wait, I thought it was Taylor Swift the other day. No, Ed Sheeran.
No, but like, say if I wanted to go to Ed Sheeran, obviously I'll pay for the ticket for me. Like, I'm quite lucky. I wouldn't necessarily miss out because, like, I got family and friends anyway. But like, there's like people who don't have family and friends, or like that. Like, I'm not gonna mention names, but there's some people in my house that will have to go. If they want to go to a concert, they'll have to have a staff member with them because they're not independent. And they shouldn't have to miss out on a concert or, going to, disability disco just because. Or
is the solution then that the government needs to make sure that people are getting packages that pay for them to have a good life, not just their bare necessities? Something that will help people actually live a life meaningful, fulfilled, equal to everybody else.
Yeah.
Well, the system, the way the system is designed is like it sort of puts people in sort of blocks. So, but there is something called self-directed support, and people can receive individual budgets, but the take-up of that is quite low, really.
Yeah.
And you have to remember that there are those that are working may get poor support.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the thing.
Yeah.
You must include those people as well.
Yeah. So the way the funding is structured is like, often it's meeting practical basic needs. So you're not being funded to have a good quality of life. Your funding is just paid for, practical things happening in your life. I know somebody who's moved from a care home recently into their own flat with shared support. And he's come from having access to support 24 hours a day to having it in short bursts throughout the day. So a lot of his day, when he's in 30 more independent, but and he uses a wheelchair, he's stuck in his flat most of his day alone.
Yeah.
So he's not getting a life. He's not funded for a quality of life.
To get the things we want. Yes. And it's always a battle, and we're fighting all the time. And me, I'm fighting to get to move out of the place I'm living because it's 5 flights of stairs. But it's going through social services, occupational therapists, going through an organisation called Porchlight.
Do you feel like you constantly have to justify yourself?
Every time, I have to say, look, there's as I'm getting older, and I'm epileptic, and being up 5 flights of stairs is a risk, and I don't know when I'm going to have a fit, and you have to, I want a ground floor flat,
naturally,
but there's a shortage of housing, social housing in Kent.
So in terms of social care, that we reform piece, there's a lot of work for us all to sort of make sure that people have a voice. So when it comes to the champion piece, there are lots of people with more severe fine learning disabilities who wouldn't be able to advocate in that way, so we need to be advocating on their behalf. But there needs to be massive social care reform, including pay, including making sure we can attract a diverse group of people. Social care works really well with diversity. It's incredible when you have that rich diversity of culture. But we're just constantly battling. So you said it, Zach, but people with disabilities fighting all the time. It just seems to be a constant battle. All the time you have people with disabilities and their families constantly fighting for the right support, the right services. So if we can get the ear of our local MPs, we can get the ear of politicians, and whilst they're sort of like planning social care reforms, and make sure that they have got people with significant needs at the forefront of their minds. If you're a politician and you get it right for somebody with profound or severe learning disabilities, you get it right for everybody.
Yeah.
Because you make sure information is accessible, and the support is appropriate. People are getting the right support at the right time, every time. But it doesn't seem to me that there's enough interest. And when the government talk about social care, they talk mostly about, and you see it on years, you'll see images of people, older people in care homes.
Elderly people,
The thing is, it's also a lot of the time it's about autism or learning disabilities, but there's people with greater needs like PMLD. So we have to give opportunities and services to them as well, because they deserve a good life just like us.
And Learning Disability England are doing more to raise the voice.
Yeah, but when you've got about social care, the health National Health Service have got a 10-year plan. There needs to be a 10-year plan for social care.
But then in the 10-year plan, I think they need to take fast action. Rather than just saying it 10-year plans, they could do the 10-year plan and it could be really slowly rolling it out.
Well, what we've seen with other governments where they give us a 10-year plan and then in the last 2 years attempt to do it and say run out of time. Changes government. So short-term, medium-term and long-term actions.
But the last sort of national plan for learning disabilities was Valuing People Now. It was 2009.
Yeah.
And it was like a 3-year plan. So nothing since. At that time, Gareth, there were 2 national directors of learning disability. So, and one of those was somebody with a learning disability.
Yes. Scott Watkins.
Was it Scott?
Yeah, Scott Watkins. But he's now the director of Seeability. Yeah. So he's got.
I've heard of Seeability.
But that seemed to be short-lived. So maybe they need a prominent person with a learning disability, helping to spearhead whatever the national plan is.
I think we've got living examples just sat around this table of people who are massively inclusive in their approach to life and their engagement with other people, both able-bodied and non. And I think it's kind of, if there was anything to be inspired by, it's the fact that all you need is the pathways to be created, the positive bases you can go on. So legislative pathways are made clear, right? Yeah. Get out of our way and just let us go. And at that point, you can reach any destination you want. It's fine, to talk about this, but we need what the next stage is called action. Yeah. They're talking and doing fight for the same resources, Gary. And they can sometimes get confused. People can talk about things so much they actually think they're doing it. Yeah. And they're not. So I agree with you. That's one of the catchphrases Mike and the rest of my exec team are being talked about on our Monday meetings, right? I'm tired of talking about it. Let's be about it. Let's do it. Yes. And that's important. So
and I think all these organisations have to move a step further. Instead of talking about it, take the action about it happen.
But obviously as well, as obviously people with disabilities, probably, I don't know, obviously we would need to think about how we could help, for example, me and Mary could do for people who have disabilities, but who are less able, in the wheelchair, can't talk, or has to use a communication, iPads. We need, as well as talking up for people with just disabilities, we need
the whole spectrum.
The whole spectrum, whether they're in a wheelchair, whether they're non-verbal, whether they're deaf, whether they're blind, whether they're...
I think that's a really good point, because we touched on that, all of us today, about kind of putting people in boxes, segregating them by their disability or by their difficulty, or etc. And actually, there's many cases where we've got to be one voice for all difficulties.
When we mean all, we mean all. And that's what we're stronger together.
Government needs to in particular put a lot more money into people with learning disabilities and difficulties.
I guess what we could do, we could like write to our local MPs and ask them to meet with us so we can talk.
I don't think it's just about talking. I also think that the MP should put action in and to make things happen as well.
There's someone from the outside looking in, coming in to achieve together, and kind of spending time now with you guys. The idea is like, you don't. It's okay to be assertive about what you want, right? What is right for you, for your future, what you need from the system to make your life as easy as possible, but also as productive as you'd like to be and go to places you want to go. So I think the use of MPs, the use of senior leaders in the councils, like, you know, executive leaders and political leaders, that's all the sort of thing you need to focus on in terms of making sure your voices are heard and how you got. And then you have to have a platform like we have, myself and Michael and Elmi, where we're running and leading a very large organisation, which together is one of the biggest. We need to start being as proactive about the representation of the people we support, making sure we lobby. Michael's idea was great about starting to make contact with the health ministers and various political parties around Westminster, and really focusing on collating the message and putting it in a laser focus into those conversations.
I think, I also think that people outside think about the language they use towards people with learning disabilities and difficulties, because...
So let's talk about mind your language. You, every time I meet with you two, you always come and talk to me about the right language to use it and mind me. So, and something you said to me earlier was quite important. So we use the word disability a lot today in a conversation.
Yes.
Explain that again. Language is so important for me. It's new, something I need to relearn.
Yeah. So a learning difficulty is only a part of your learning. So it's something that will affect part of your learning, like this one. But learning disability is lifelong and it affects all of your learning.
Some people have mild learning disability, some people have moderate, and some people are really severely.
So if I have dyslexia, I have a difficulty because it's only one part of my learning that's affected.
Yeah.
If I have a disability, it's because I've got a longer term disability on learning altogether.
Yeah.
Right, so every time we meet, we're going to have a segment at the end where you teach me mind your language and we define that part of it. So whereas people that are like me listen to this kind of podcast and pick up the stuff that's important to you by way of the learning and the language that they use.
Yeah.
What's the main role?
The main role is to break the rules.
We are the Green Superheroes.
Here is our film.
My name's A. Logan.
Hi, my name is Christina. We're on a mission to make planet Earth happy. I go to the arts and crafts. It is a fun way to learn about how to help save our planet. We use cardboard and other things that will go in the bin. Anne-Marie made a draft excluder to help save energy at home.
We do workshops all over Manchester. Teach the ones to put right stuff in the right bin. We play games. We do litter picking for people at litter bus. We go around the park picking up all sorts of rubbish. Sometimes you find strange things like dead fish. We've made this cookbook. This book has lots of tips to help prevent food waste.
Being a sexual self-advocacy ally means that I support people with learning disabilities around helping them understand their rights, empowering them to speak up about what they want, challenging family members or support about those rights, and helping people to understand and navigate the complexities of relationships.
Sexual self-advocacy means sticking up for rights of self-advocacy, understanding that we have rights and that the law says we have rights, but sometimes we don't always feel that we get what we deserve. What the law says and what we are entitled to are two completely different things, and no one listens to any of us.
When two couples get together and they want a sexual relationship, it's like they're being forced to stop by support workers, and shouldn't really, because it makes me kind of angry.
Staff kept on changing my girlfriend's meal times, like on a Sunday she had to be home for a certain time. We didn't get as much as time together as much as we could. Me and my girlfriend have been together 12 years. A member of staff of my girlfriend said it won't work and it never lasts. And we're still together now.
Sexual self-advocacy means if you want to be loved. Like I have been married myself for 18 years this year. Education helps people to make choices.
We are boyfriend and girlfriend.
Like bowling or walking, cinema, sharing a bed together, going on holiday. Being together makes us feel good.
Sexual self-advocacy means having the same rights that everyone else has. Just because we have problems doesn't mean we shouldn't have the same rights that everyone else does. It's important to know about safe sex because not everyone knows how safe it is to have sex, and some people don't know how to have sex. I don't think that the special schools work on that side of the relationships.
I came out to my family when I was 30 years old. I didn't get any help at first because I wasn't sure in myself. Yes, I think more training would have been better at the time.
Me and my girlfriend, we have the right to go to bed together, and men with disabilities have the right to do whatever they want.
My family supported me throughout the relationships I had. It's important family trust you and support you and have independence.
I went into sexual health clinics in Burnley and I picked up the leaflets, and they weren't in easy read, they were absolutely rubbish. They were out of date, so I brought some back to the meeting at County Hall and we went through them, and eventually we've got one in easy read. It'll make a difference in people's lives.
I think it's really important that the whole system is working together, so health, social care, family members, everyone is working towards the same goal, which is that people have the right to speak up and that every person is supported to pursue what they want in terms of relationships.
At CLASP, our mission is to support people with learning disabilities. We strive to create a community where people are accepted and valued, no matter what their differences are. We help to reduce feelings of isolation and anxiety, and find the right support for our members in the everyday and extraordinary situations they find themselves in. Whether that's a housing issue, a letter they may need help understanding, making friends, or reducing loneliness. Whatever the issue, we ensure people have the right help at the right time. I'd like to introduce you to a few of our members.
I have some delay in gross and fine motor skills. I'll be unable to drive a car. I find it hard to develop a conversation with somebody new. If an arrangement goes wrong while I'm out, I sometimes panic.
I've got autism, learning disability and dyspraxia, and I don't like changes. If there's a change, it throws me off.
I sometimes worry about upsetting people without meaning to, because I find expressions hard to read because of my Asperger's, and also I find some changes to my plans being not really upsetting because I haven't been told about them beforehand.
There are many obstacles and problems that go hand in hand with having a learning disability. This causes some of our members anxiety and mental health problems. They may take a little longer to understand what has been asked of them, which means they may need additional time to respond to questions. And information will sometimes need to be presented in a different way so it can be easily understood. These are called making reasonable adjustments, which is a legal requirement. Many people with learning disabilities struggle to cope with the new and different situations, such as change to a usual routine, a delayed train, or a cancelled outing. In a world where "Be kind" is a well-used slogan, sadly our members still experience intimidating, unkind behaviour. They're stared at, called names, brushed aside as if they weren't worthy of an equal place in our society. All they want is to be accepted, to be heard, to be spoken to directly, to be dealt with patiently, and to feel included. We understand it can be hard on a busy day to find time to explain something in a different way, and we know it can be frustrating when people with learning disabilities contact the wrong organisation for asking for help. This is where CLASS can assist. Wokingham Borough Council has one of the highest number of residents with learning disabilities in the South East. At CLASS, we estimate our membership represents only a third of people on the Council's Learning Disability Register. There are many more people waiting to be assessed. This means there's a large hidden community of people in our borough who don't receive specialist help. And when people with learning disabilities have a problem, they may call on the police, doctors and dentists for help, even when they may not be the appropriate service. This adds to an already busy workload. When people are introduced to us, we can respond to their needs by signposting them to the organisations we have close working relationships with, such as our learning disability nurses, Health Watch and Citizens Advice. We also run our own activities and support groups to alleviate feelings of isolation and anxiety. Ultimately, CLASS was about improving the lives of people with learning disabilities in our borough, giving them a voice and adding to their sense of well-being and belonging. CLASS meets regularly at the Bradbury Centre. People tell us the best thing about being a member is the new friendships they have formed. We help members to feel valued by offering a strong sense of community where they can enjoy a sense of belonging. We offer a range of activities including a weekly coffee shop, our own choir, classes such as dancing to music, seated Pilates and mindfulness. There are also regular book corner meetings and plenty of guest speakers. Our members are kept busy here, but they are also welcome to sit quietly with us and enjoy a safe space. Our Listen to Us training group has received a Queen's Award for voluntary service for its work with social care staff, schools and business people, helping them to understand what it's like to live with a learning disability. We advise organisations on accessibility. We consult with Wokingham Borough Council, clinical psychologists and NHS staff to ensure they are representing the views of people with learning disabilities. Our campaign group works on important topics such as hate and hate crime awareness. We also hold fundraising events throughout the year to support our work. We would like you to think of CLASS when speaking to somebody with a learning disability and give them our leaflet, pass on our phone number, or if you have time, ask them if they would allow us to contact them directly. We are passionate about making a positive difference by improving the lives of the people with learning disabilities, and we're making a huge impact on our members' lives right now.
It's fantastic to be able to refer our patients with learning disabilities to an organisation that offers them help and support and advocacy. They run excellent courses on things like healthy eating, well-being and mindfulness, exercise, as well as safeguarding and hate crime information. So as a GP, being able to signpost my patients with learning disabilities to CLASP has just been a fantastic resource to have.
We can help to remove some of the pressures you feel today by offering your patients new and meaningful opportunities. The final word should go to a few of our inspiring members.
CLASP helps me through my work in Cafe Mosaic, where I've learnt how to use the till and to serve the customers, which has given me more confidence in speaking to people. They have also helped me through the Listen to Us training group in our CLASP community choir, giving me the opportunity to speak and perform in front of large groups. Another way they've helped me is through our Easy Read panel, where a group of us take a document and put it into Easy Read, which helps to break down instructions into the smaller, easy steps.
They've helped me grow in confidence quite a bit with letting me work in the coffee shop, helping them out, and I feel like a valuable member to them. So I do the coffee shop every Tuesday morning, which is like a big responsibility for me because I have to make sure everything's correct.
CLASP is a signposting service, so if I wanted to get a new job, they would send me to Oxley's. And CLASP also helps to boost confidence, and as it helps people to speak up about the things that are important to them, and also it helps people to form good friendships, which is important to me because before I joined CLASP I didn't have much structure to my life.
Dip, 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 my blue ship, sailing on the water like a cup and saucer. You're not it. You're not it.
When I was 10, the children said, "You'll never grow up, you'll always stay the same, and you'll never get married because you ain't got the brains." I believed them at the time. I thought they were right, because the specialist said the same. Blackberry, blackberry, raspberry jam, tell me the name of your young man.
You're not it. You're not it. You're not it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but they will never hurt me. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but they will never hurt me. Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names can hurt and harm you inside. They touch a tender spot. They make you feel horrible. Name sticks in your heart. Once called a name, it stays in your mind all the time. And when you are called a name enough, you get to think it's right. You can't get away from it. Names.
Manhug. Backwards.
Stupid.
Bobby.
Baby names.
Subnormal. Lachlan! Slow. Brain.
A name lingers. It starts with a doctor, a specialist, a head shrinker, a social worker, teachers, headmasters. It spreads like measles. Name calling is like an epidemic. When I was small, I saw lots of doctors. They always looked tall, so you cricked your neck looking at them. They always seemed to be against you in white coats, stethoscopes and masks that put you off, that made you think that you wouldn't see your mum again, that made you think they were going to do something awful to you. And sometimes they came, more than one, lots of them, like ghosts in their white coats. I felt like it wasn't fair, all those doctors just to see one little boy, and they all said, you can't, you can't, you can't.
You can't, you can't, you can't. Don't worry, we'll take care of you.
We'll find your nice home.
We'll paint.
Superb. Marvellous.
We're magnificent. We are great. We'll fly to your rescue. We are the Flying Doctors.
They seem to work hard every day to take my human rights away. Those doctors did not fly, all they did was lie.
They're the Lion Doctors. They're the Lion Doctors.
They're the Lion Doctors.
I'm very sorry, your daughter is Down syndrome. She won't lead a normal life. The Lion Doctors, why listen to them? They tell you a load of lies, of trash, and trite, and cost bollocks and lies. They make you feel bad. Why can't they tell you the truth? Good afternoon, Doctor. Thank you. Any notes, Dr. Goodyear? Thank you. Dr. Alan Marshall. And these are my notes I'm going to be discussing with Dr. Wiltshire, my mate.
Sit down, please.
Good afternoon, Dr. Wiltshire. I've got a case to discuss with you. I know facts you know nothing about it.
This bloke is said in his day centre he ought to have a job because he's quite bright.
No, he's mentally handicapped and he's got a mental, he's a 10-year-old.
I think you ought to give him a chance because he's quite bright.
He can't even write his own bottom.
You ought to have give him
We
a
don't
trial.
want to cease fire, what his medical problems are.
Okay.
Sit
down, please. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. I didn't realise you were so handicapped.
He needs full-time care. Should be in a hospital.
I got mind in my bloomin' home, right? Piss off, out the way.
What did we do, Dr. Wiltshire?
He's trying to look after his interests.
Can I help you?
I'm ill.
Speak up, I'm a very busy man.
I'm ill.
I haven't got the time.
I'm ill.
Oh, Mr. Hogan, Would you come here, please? That man, he just threatened me. On the deaf and saying. Oh, I see. Are you deaf? Are you deaf? You're right. What did I say?
The Lion Doctors. They write things down before you've even opened your mouth. They make their own minds up. They think they know about you without listening. They've all got their own ideas about you. They make your decisions for you.
Would you like to go to a nice day centre? Would you? Yeah, you do lots of nice things there. Yeah? Dr. Kelly, take us to the day centre.
We're going to take you to the hospital. They're going to take care of you there. Mr. Marshall, Dr. Marshall.
Yes?
You take Sarah, please.
Right. Yes, sir.
Take her to the hospital, please.
We're going to send you to a club for the handicapped. You'll enjoy it there. They've got games that you'll enjoy there. Dr. Goodyear, take her to the club, please.
When I was 15, 2 doctors in white coats tested me because I was slow. They tested me to see if I was capable to get on in this life.
They said I was very slow.
No.
I couldn't count good.
No good.
I was not capable of doing anything.
Anything.
I would not get on in this life.
They went to send me away, take me away from my family. The doctors had to say, not your own family. They had to sign papers to say put her in a special school, to say she is slow, send her away. They threatened my mum, said I'd do better off in a home. I often think back now, they thought I don't understand. But I know what it was all about. If I saw them now, I'd tell them all, stop doing it! This is wrong. Stop telling people who they are. We know best. I know best about myself.
Stop! Stop telling people who they are. We know best. I know best about myself.
Stop! Stop telling people who they are. We know best. I know best about myself.
Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Yet when they die, they'll think of me and remember the names they called me.
The beginning.
Well, it was Chris's story that started it off first, how his parents dumped him out of the BOI hospital, which I find that I think that I find that unfair.
It's all of us telling our story, isn't it? Somebody's telling a story, like Penny's telling a different story about Charlotte, and somebody's telling one about me, and they beyond me how they go at that. That's right.
The show is about our lives, about our memories and our experiences through life. Not only that, it has an element of the fairy tale interwoven with our stories.
Spark in the Beating Heart is about the legends, with the myths and all the fairy tales, and it shows like other people of their experiences.
I think we felt for a long time that it's really important that our stories as disabled people aren't forgotten, that our history is told and remembered and listened to. But we are a theatre company and we wanted to produce a wonderful piece of theatre, and we're called Firebird Theatre, so it felt really an interesting challenge for us to link our own personal stories to those wonderful myths and legends of the Firebird.
Having our story in the play is great because we want to show the audience who we are and how we feel. We have the same feelings, the same heart desire what other people have. We have love, we have our wisdom, we have our strength, and that's what we have.
I find it exciting, but also when you look back at your life, you think of all the fun and the silly things that you did when you was younger.
I think anyone in the audience, whether they're disabled or not, will hear something that touches them. Perhaps it's about being separated from loved ones as a child or having a difficult time in school. It's something we do all experience to different sort of amounts, but I think for us as disabled people, we've had different challenges to meet.
It deals with lots of issues that I don't think a lot of people are aware of. And I think it deals it in a way that we're not pointing fingers, we're just saying, this has happened to us. And we're not like moaning and whinging about our lives. We're just like, this is us, this is our story, and it's not over yet. Imagine a bird of fire, like gold, like sun, burning.
It's a celebration of what theatre means to Firebird in terms of giving them a voice, making links with the audience, and helping people understand about their lives and what they want for the future.
My story, it's really good because I can listen back to myself, and that is more positive thing I like to hear because it's taking my own ambition.
It felt very strange to begin with, but now I've got used to it. It feels nice so other people know what my life has been. Because when I was much younger, a lot of people thought there was stuff I couldn't do, but then they see I can manage it.
Do you think it's important to tell young people
yes,
about
it is.
the past?
Yes, I think it is important because I want other people to hear about it, like to know what's happened in my past and what's happening now. Can we change things and make them better? There's only the older people who know about it.
There's a turning point for Firebird. We're looking at the next 25 years now. What happens next? The future of the company in very practical, sensible terms, but also there's the whole journey that the company have made and as they've become more and more professional, making more theatre. We've done Shakespeare, we've done lots of different styles of work and ways of making theatre. We somehow want to celebrate all of that in one show in a very personal and yet universal way.
We hope the audience will experience this play on all the different levels and really learn something about the history of disabled people.
So I think the audience coming in and seeing this new work will see us as human beings. We are not our disability, we are actual people. So I think that's the most important thing for me, is that they see us. I hope they'll learn that it's okay to be themselves, that it's okay to go out in the world and be the best you.
I like collaborating with other people. I talk to them, get to know them, try to understand what we can do together, try to focus on the play.
Because when we're working with other people, we get on together.
Adrian Lee, who's a musician, he comes in and helps us with what he got to do to help us with. And Fionn, our storyteller, he comes in. He can do whatever he likes, but with us helping him as well.
We all work together. It's like blending it all in with the disabled and non-disabled people.
It shows that I can do the things that I didn't think I would ever do. I never thought I'd ever go into theatre, but it was a challenge, and it was a nice challenge. And it does a lot for me inside. It helps me have a better response to life.
Being an actor means a lot to me.
It doesn't matter what age you are, just come on down, come and see a play at Trinity in May, and I hope you enjoy it.
Go for it!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for Arts Council and the lottery to help us to get the funding for Firebird to go ahead after Christmas. We will do more activities and getting out and exploring, using our voices and working with more learning disabled people.
Workshops. Leadership.
Events, trips, and more. All these things are important to us. We're excited to get started.
Thank you.
Thank you.